Today's program is brought to you by OTCStockShark.com. For the latest and greatest OTC and Pink Sheets information, sign up for your account at OTCStockShark.com. Thank you for tuning in to TBC Today. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano.
In today's financial news, a rally in U.S. stocks fizzled out after Chancellor Angela Merkel of Germany said the time to withdraw stimulus has come. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down 5 points at 9,936, falling below the psychologically important 10,000 level. The measure spent much of the session above that level, but quickly fell through as Ms. Merkel defended Germany's £80 billion austerity package for the next 4 years, saying that the time to withdraw stimulus has come and lessons from the debt crisis must be learned. The Nasdaq Composite Index dropped 2 points, or 0.1%, and the S&P 500 slipped 4 points, or 0.4%. The energy and financial sectors led the declines.
In U.S. news, Joran van der Sloot confessed to the slaying of a 21-year-old woman in a Lima hotel room, a high-ranking Peruvian government official told NBC News. NBC News reported that a lawmaker confirmed that van der Sloot confessed to a police officer during interrogation. However, the source did not know the circumstances under which the confession was allegedly obtained. The Dutchman, also the prime suspect in U.S. teen Natalie Holloway's 2005 disappearance in Aruba, is suspected of killing Flores, a business student who police say he met playing poker at a casino on May 30th, 5 years to the day after Holloway's disappearance. Police released video taken by security cameras at the hotel where van der Sloot had been staying since arriving from Colombia. It shows Flores and van der Sloot entering his room together and van der Sloot leaving 4 hours later. The woman's battered body was found on the hotel room's floor more than 2 days later with her neck broken. Van der Sloot had by then crossed into Chile, where he was arrested. Natalie Holloway of Alabama hasn't been seen since May 30th, 2005. Van der Sloot was arrested and released in that case, but faced no charges. Van der Sloot was charged in the United States with trying to extort $250,000 from Holloway's family in exchange for disclosing the location of her body and describing how she died. U.S. prosecutors say $15,000 was transferred to a Dutch bank account in his name. In the Netherlands, prosecutors raided 2 homes in the case, seizing computers, cell phones, and data storage devices. Holloway, 18, was celebrating her high school graduation in Aruba when she disappeared. Van der Sloot told investigators he left her on a beach drunk. This was the last time she was seen. 2 years ago, a Dutch television crime reporter captured hidden camera footage of van der Sloot saying that after Holloway collapsed on the beach, he asked a friend to dump her body in the sea.
In today's tech news, Apple has reinstated the popular iPad news reading application Pulse, with the New York Times still as the preloaded default feed. Apple's move seems to overturn a decision earlier to remove the app because of objections from the Times that the app violated its terms of service by encouraging readers to read the Times. Apple did not respond to a request for an explanation, but it looks to be sticking a finger in the eye of the Times, which it has heavily partnered with to promote the iPad. For its part, the Times says Apple restored the app in error and that it has asked Apple for an explanation. The Times objects to the newsreading app because it includes the Times as one of 5 default publications whose RSS feeds can be read. The Times also objects that the 2 Stanford student programmers who created the app charge for the application, which the Times says violates its non-commercial license for the feed. And it also objects that the app launches links from excerpts of its stories to the full-time site in a browser window inside the application rather than an external browser. The protests are odd because these are common practices for RSS readers, which are generally understood to drive traffic to online news sites. The takedown inspired dozens of news stories from tech news outlets surprised by the Times' objections.
In entertainment news, Tila Tequila has shocked fans with a disturbing online rant in which she claims to have sliced up her arms and legs with knives and insists she is suffering from multiple personality disorder. The reality TV star, who recently admitted she's addicted to prescription pills, posted a series of bizarre messages on her Twitter.com page, alleging one of her multiple personalities, whom she has called Jane, tried to kill her. She writes, "Jane was just here. She tried to kill me. She slit up my entire body with knives." Tequila later dismisses speculation from fans she had hurt herself or attempted suicide. She said, "I would never harm myself ever. I'm telling you, this was Jane. Why would I commit suicide when I got mad money and love?"
In today's international news, Russia's Prime Minister Vladimir Putin said his country would raise the issue of an investigation into the Israeli boarding of an aid ship off Gaza at the United Nations, calling the Israeli action a crude violation of international law. Speaking at a security summit of Eurasian leaders in Istanbul, Mr. Putin also said the UN Security Council sanctions against Iran over its nuclear fuel program were practically agreed upon. Turkey was seeking to have leaders at the summit condemn Israel over the raid in a joint statement. But with Israel attending in the form of its ambassador and wielding a veto, that appeared unlikely. Still, support for Turkey's position was evident among leaders who included the president of Iran, as well as the leader of Palestinian Authority, along with Syria's leader. Mr. Putin also supported Turkey's view of the clash, saying that the fact that it occurred in international waters was the cause for concern and calling for an end to Israel's blockade of Gaza.
In health news, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation pledged $1.5 billion in a joint push with the United Nations to improve the health of women and children while launching a lobbying effort to get governments and other nonprofit groups on board. The program aims to cut across the silos of health initiatives focused on one thing and get broader initiatives into place. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon said he would try to focus the group of 20 meeting in Toronto later this month on the subject, adding the goal is to raise $15 billion. Ban and Gates described a comprehensive approach through 2014 to help women deliver babies safely and plan healthy families with access to contraception while incorporating current vaccination and nutrition programs. Ban, in Washington for the International Women Deliver Conference, said he hoped the United States would provide money and political push, nor are poorer nations off the hook. Developing countries should devote at least 15% of their national budgets to health issues. The foundation, set up by billionaire Microsoft founder Bill Gates with his wife Melinda, said it would provide initial grants of $94 million for work in India and $60 million for Ethiopia. Some of the first groups funded include the nonprofit Save the Children and the Global Alliance for Improved Nutrition. Gates cited recent statistics showing it is possible to make progress.
Think you're too busy to work out? Think again. Now there's the Ab Circle Pro, the fastest, easiest way to lose those love handles and get the sexy sculpted body you've always wanted.
The secret is the Ab Circle Pro combines cardio and abs to burn fat, while its unique friction-free track uses the momentum of gravity to target your entire midsection in a full circular motion, firing your core like no other machine has ever done. Best of all, it's fun and easy and takes just 3 minutes a day. And now, through this exclusive TV offer, the Ab Circle Pro can be yours to try in your home for 30 days for just $14.95. And if you call within the next 10 minutes, we'll send you Jennifer Nicole Lee's complete Lose Your Love Handle system, which includes our 3-minute express workout and nutritional guide, absolutely free.
Call 1-800-310-1646 to try Ab Circle Pro for $14.95 plus shipping with credit card order. Call now for free upgrade to priority processing. That's 1-800-310-1646.
In today's Green News, so far in its coverage of the BP Gulf spill, the media has made much of the fact that the company's daily profits are higher than its daily cleanup cost, and that after raking in $17 billion in profits last year alone, such costs are but a drop in the bucket. But that's changing fast, and if a few other factors come to pass, it's possible that the Gulf spill will end up bankrupting the oil giant. Speculators are calling this possible outcome the Texaco scenario. Here's how it would work. BP's cost for the cleanup could run as high as $23 billion, according to our sources. On top of that, BP could face an additional $14 billion in claims from Gulf fishermen and tourism industries. While the conservative estimates fit the bill at $15 billion, some approaching $40 billion is not quite out of the question. After all, little about this spill has turned out as expected. The company has also about $12 billion in cash and short-term investments, but there is already a debate on whether it should cut its dividend out of the fear that it could run out of money. But all these numbers don't account for the greatest possible threat: a jury verdict against BP. Such a verdict might push the cost of the spill into hundreds of billions of dollars. If that happened, even BP might buckle. And such a verdict is far from unlikely. As you're likely aware, the U.S. Justice Department has already opened a criminal investigation into BP's actions leading up to the spill. Analysts are calling this outcome the Texaco scenario, after the case in 1987 that the oil company lost a $1 billion lawsuit and had to file Chapter 11 after being unable to raise cash.
Thank you for tuning in to TBC Today. I'm Brandon Vincent.
And I'm Angelina Soriano.